Pickle, let's go to the hotline. Let's go down to Victoria County to talk with the new head Titan, the new man in charge of the Victoria East Titans. We're joined by Coach Charlie Reeve. Coach, how are you?
I'm great. Glad to be here.
Thanks for taking a little bit of time. This is you're coming over after a spell as the offensive coordinator there at New Caney, but this is a homecoming for you as a former Victoria High star. What has the last couple of months been since you got hired in January?
It's been busy. I was talking to somebody today. I've been here. I guess my official starting date was January 30th, and so I've been here about 2 months now, and it hasn't seemed like that long. But it's been really good. The kids have been great, and we're making progress every day. But it's been busy for sure.
This has been a whirlwind for you coming back to Victoria East and Victoria area. I know that has a lot to do with it, but I know you had a good gig there at New Caney as well. Why was Victoria East the right move for you?
Well, like you said, I mean, obviously this is coming home for me. This is a community that means a lot to me and my family. My dad was a head coach here for 9 years, and I grew up here. My brother, we both, grew up and played here. And so to come back to a community that you grew up in is always special. I think number two was just, I think this is a program that has the potential to do some great things. I think we're in a great spot, and Coach Gann, our athletic director, I think, the support that we have and our principal, and so the pieces are in place for us to do some really special things. And I thought it was a great opportunity. Obviously, I've wanted to be a head coach, and this was, God bless me to put me in this position.
Talking with Charlie Reeve, the head coach of Victoria East, here on Texas Football Today. Coach, whenever you gathered your players together, this is a program coming off a 4-7 season last year. When you gathered your players together and addressed them for the first time as their head coach, what was your message to your guys?
Well, one thing that we talked about, number one, is it's not about what we do. It's not about the X's and O's. It's about how we do things. It's about our culture. And, I'm not concerned about what has been done in the past or what they've, how they've done in the past. But moving forward, it's all about how we do things, and that, winning and being successful, whether that's on the football field or in life, is hard, and winning is not normal, and being successful in life is not normal. And so, if we want to be successful on the field, if you want to be successful in life, then you got to be willing to do things that most people aren't willing to do. And so, we've talked a lot about the process, about winning each day, about the things that make us successful. We just came off of, we went through boot camp, and that's kind of where we develop our culture. That's where we set our foundation, and then everything that we do after that, is built off of that foundation and building that culture. And so we just started our next phase of our off season, but we always revert back to boot camp and our core values. And so, the biggest thing that I wanted to stress to our kids is, the winning is going to take care of itself. Winning is a byproduct of what we do on a daily basis. And if we want to win, if you want to be successful in life, in the classroom, and you got to be willing to do what other people aren't. And so that's something that we stress, every day. It's about, how we do things. It's not necessarily the X's and O's or what we do. It's the process and making sure that we're doing things, in a championship way.
This is, I know you guys haven't been able to strap on pads quite yet. Spring ball still a little bit away and stuff. But do you have a feeling quite yet, looking at your roster, it's going to be a relatively young team, but do you have a feeling quite yet on where these Titans are going to hang their hat? What you think is going to be the driving force for them?
Yeah, like you said, we are going to be young. We're going to be young at some key positions, but we got some talented young kids. Our freshman class, They were undefeated as seventh graders. They were undefeated as eighth graders, and they were undefeated this past year as freshmen. So we're going to count on a lot of those freshmen to come in and help us out and play some key roles. But there's also we've got some good returning guys. Some guys that maybe didn't play a whole lot last year, that were young, that were behind starters, that we lost. That I think are really going to have breakout seasons for us. And I think the systems that we have in place are going to allow those guys to really thrive. And, there's going to be a handful of guys that we're going to count on to play both sides. And that's kind of what we're doing right now is we're starting to get into, to our skill and our football stuff. And so we're there's a handful of guys that we're trying to double train or at least see if they're capable of doing that. But I'm excited. I think we've got some really good young kids, and I think we've got a core of returning guys that are going to have breakout years. One thing that I've been really pleased, anytime there's change, anytime you come into a new program, you expect a little bit of pushback, and there really hasn't been at all. Our kids have been fantastic. We've got a group of older guys that are hungry to be successful and hungry to win and have bought in from day one, and are really special leaders. I mean, I've been really impressed with our older guys, in the sense of just maturity and buying into a new system. And so I'm excited. And obviously, until you get the pads on, you really don't know, what you have. But I think we've got a good group of skill guys. I think up front, we may not be as deep, as maybe what you like. But to be honest, I've been in that situation a lot. We weren't very deep at New Caney. And so, that's nothing new. But again, I think we've got some pieces in place to be successful. And obviously that's something that we'll get a better feel for once we put the pads on spring ball.
Charlie Reeve of Victoria East joined us here on Texas Football Today. Coach, we hear all the time that coaches are simply byproducts of the guys that they coached with and coached under and stuff like that. You actually had the opportunity to be an assistant coach under Larry Coker at UTSA, a guy who's got a national championship to his name. I'm interested from your perspective, in your time there under Coach Coker, what do you feel like you're going to take from that time from him and kind of apply it to your own coaching style?
Absolutely. Like you said, and I'm definitely a byproduct of the coaches and the programs that I've been a part of. And I've been blessed to be a part of some great programs and to work with some great coaches. I'll tell you, Coach Coker, I hope in years to come, people will look back and see, there's, I know Coach Traylor really well, and he's done a heck of a job, and I'm so happy for those guys. But if it's not for Coach Coker, they don't have a program, and so there's not a better man in the profession than him. And one thing that I learned a lot from him is there's no job too big for anybody. And I mean, Coach Coker was one that, if there was a trash on the ground or whatever the job was, there wasn't a job too small for him. And it was how to treat the kids and do right by kids and coaches. And so, there's obviously a lot of things that I took from him. And, I spent some time, I was at University of Houston for a short time with Coach Herman, and there's some things that we do, that I've taken from his program. And then, I know I'm biased, but the best coach in Texas is my brother. And I'll say that without any hesitation. In the last 3 seasons I got to coach with him at New Caney, I grew as a coach more than I probably have in any time in my career. And I wouldn't be ready for this position if it weren't, for him and being a part of that program. So I'm definitely, I told the kids this, the same thing is there's nothing original that I'm bringing, to this program. Everything that we are going to do and that we're doing is things that we have done before, and it's proven. And all we have to do is follow the plan. And so I've been blessed to be around some great coaches, some great programs. Coach Coker is obviously one of those. we had some great coaches on the staff, and so obviously, being able to take things from each of those stops has been big.
Finally, Coach, you mentioned your older brother Travis. You back in kind of mid-late January got hired away from the New Caney staff to go be the head coach of Victoria East. 2 months later, he moves 48 minutes down the road from you to El Campo to take that job. Have you accused him of following you?
No, I haven't accused him of following me. But I've been asked several times if, when we're going to schedule that matchup. And, I don't know about, we would have to change all of our signals and everything else, to make that happen. So, no, but it's, I'm happy for him. And, obviously New Caney was a special place, and we're going to miss the people and the kids, and that was a special opportunity. But, for him, it's obviously a great program, and a place where he can get back to, a one town, one school place. And obviously there's great tradition there at El Campo. And so I'm excited to see what he does there.
He's Charlie Reeve. He's the head coach of the Victoria East Titans. Coach, we sure appreciate your time. Congratulations again on the new gig. Can't wait to see what you do with the Titans.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys, and thank you for what you do for high school football.
There he is, Charlie Reeve, the head coach of the Victoria East Titans. Excited to see what he does down there with the Titans returning home down to that part of the world, the Crossroads region of Texas, and excited to see what he does with that program. So we appreciate his time.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you would like more and to be notified when they come out, go ahead and click that subscribe button right down there. You can also watch Texas Football Today every day live at noon on TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, and right here on YouTube. For more of the best coverage of Texas football in the Lone Star State, go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe.